Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted...
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought—
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest—
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name, but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a Kabuki Mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards—
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, even back then. Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are two missing people in the story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well. Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of—
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find—
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt, and if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in— Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the Balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or— Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be—
I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was— Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning...
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today.
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description, so I asked the balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just...
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. Our minds have connected several times before. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to... If this deal with the balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, it's my pleasure, really. You're
Paimon's still...
I was going to contact you about that. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irmin's... Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
akan makin banyak.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh,
Shut your beak, jailbird!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul, I know there are many grievances between...
Fine, let's call it truce.
Let's cut each other a little slack. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord...
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh! Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it...
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of... Pick your jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the...
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Can you still sense where the heart of Irmin...
Yes. Permission?
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so... what are you smirking?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out.
Ntar kasih nama siapa ya?
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Jaga. Receh banget.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
Di sini baik-baik.
What a huge tree!
Coba.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Ke
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin.
Arif.
Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him.
Reset.
The rest is up to you. If you discover...
Will do.
Kayaknya emang harus close OBS-nya dulu deh. Baru bisa.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've all...
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds. Well done. Smart. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well,
Paimon,
everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the...
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the academy.
If you mean the mysterious events, the kabuki mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gese got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Didn't...
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
This light, it looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement! You have to share it with us!
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's...
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist...
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that the forging industry with crystal marrow. Skills, blood, dreams.
Yes, well, were it you allowed Akame to take even now?
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke, mounting production and recently, as you well know, none of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torachiyo, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Hey,
Dottore. Dottore! Good. Good.
was that the doctor? Did he... But why did we see things from his...
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But you know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Patut dikosongkan ke dokter bunuh.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it.
Nobody has ever deceived you, so now you have the complete picture. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. And of all the unwitting participants, after the events you just... The load was far beyond, the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one... The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned...
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Dottori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow. Oh no, he's really gone!
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out!
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an...
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my...
We're out! And we're at... an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances,
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What? He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history! All that stuff happened already in real life! It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure... So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry, Paimon accidentally... but erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. So, how about... Alright, Paimon will start. First dish, Andrean chili chicken. Oh, also... talking? Huh. The balladeer? Is that a food too? Huh. What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're...
Nomor berapa sekarang? Orang.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. No. Now there's a question I wasn't The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of the art of forging practiced by most of the great swordsmiths, but fortunately, if my memory serves me right.
Oh yeah, we were! We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden.
That, in fact, he told me that there is no harm in the Raiden Gokuden, were the target
Vengeful?
400 years ago. So I'm told, there was a catastrophic Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that, knowing that they had just one chance to save the smith's death. In his heart, powerless, alas. Finally, in his fury, but when he came, that is why the
Was there anything else you wanted to add?
Kazuha? My pleasure.
Don't help! On to the next!
Okay.
Daily aja dulu. Ntar ini daily.
This is destiny.
Everyone hold hands!
Our bond is strong. Shadows of fate.
I'm seeing stars. I see everything.
Dissipate.
Yeah. Everyone hold hands. Yeah. Yeah. Really hurt. I see everything. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone hold hands. to destiny.
Freeze! Freeze! That tingle?
I see everything.
Looking for a fight? No, I'm not.
Let the show begin.
Hey!
Replace my hammer.
I see everything.
Shadows of fate! I'll settle this! Decided by destiny!
Lagi. Bocah ini.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Baru akun lagi.
We're here!
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking,
Are they out on...
the commissioner is out on.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else,
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both as for
So pretty much
very.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very well. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much, I must say, whenever the commissioner has such a, they say, they get to talk, Miss Kamisato. It's been, as someone who is so in the future, wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too. Paimon's itching to try it.
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now. We're great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see you.
All right then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep,
Very well.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my... Not only that, but I've met people... Oh, well, I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. They say he was a...
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier's?
Oh, I didn't realize...
Me neither.
What brought this on? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki I do know the but sadly... Of course! Oh, you're farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. Hey, alright, let's head...
Nanggung buat saja.
Everyone hold hands. I see everything.
Cepet amat lah. Terus bakal lama.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last...
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh,
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Baca. Keluar baca.
well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what
What did you find out? Something...
It's a long long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the... Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in...
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the info.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do. Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how...
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment...
The balladeer? You look troubled. Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong?
Udah aku saja kan. Nggak usah lihat ceritanya dulu. Mager banget. Biar langsung aja. Biar cepet-cepet selesai.
That's cool. So, but how? As the traveler said, nevertheless,
So, you believe...
yes, the traveler. So if there's anyone in the...
Paimon's having a...
I can only make inference. Something else worrying you? Something that you can't... It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had... Once the ballad... He couldn't keep... The story makes the balladeer that power then...
Yeah, it just feels so...
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that...
What is it?
A record from a personal collect... You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record
Huh?
when combined with the travel...
Hold on. So...
Yes. Changing the information, but Irminsul can't...
That's incredible!
And sending the This story is... But if we connect... There was once a lone monster draped once in a while. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among... The kitten too wished... Furious at this a gray fox... The monster smiled. The monster gave up. The fire was extinct. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like.
This is why wisdom alone can... So the answer is not when you give someone the truth to others looking on. Never forget that, and that is what you have been doing.
Yeah, Nahita's
good idea.
You got it. Come on. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirit. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up. What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out.
Aduh.
What is it? Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look.
Topi.
Hey!
You mean...
No, not you. That kid. Look.
I wasn't paying close... I think you're right.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't... I don't want to take it...
No, please.
You're welcome, I guess.
Leave it to me.
Stop. You don't want money.
That's right. We can talk...
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stick...
Yeah.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I... Huh? You two over there.
He spotted him.
You've been following me all the way from the city. Have... no, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me... Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness.
That's oddly nice.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with...
Then let's return to the...
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
Something's come up, and they...
I was just about to pay you.
What?
I get it, okay? But look, it was... Imagine you were... But anyway, taking you...
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where...
Don't mention it, kiddo.
Thank you. All right, done.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize.
We found this guy in the street.
You say that...
Well, it seems... But these two claim that...
I don't like to...
Oh!
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. If it's that but I'll be able to handle...
Is truth something?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. You drifted from play... actions through the...
I gave everything I had.
In terms of the...
I don't think I can judge each choice a
That is the...
It seems like my...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but...
If we were enemies...
He's got so...
Lesser Lord Kusano...
Yes.
Please.
Even though it will...
I'm just a puppet.
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go...
Don't worry.
Traveler, could I ask you this?
Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in these memories.
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer.
Is that because
you...
I hear foot.
This place is no, there's... You're a... Huh.
This man is...
And the rest is history.
In the original version...
Let me get you out of here.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. As the second... But Katsuragi had...
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Dulu. Aduh, tunggu dulu, potong lagi. Astagfirullah.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa.
I was abandoned.
Okay, I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. The voices have gone.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly someone. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
This place is dark.
In the original
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all—
What, perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experiment.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collab.
When do we start?
You seem impatient.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such,
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a... Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they'd think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to...
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of
Let's move on.
Oh, dikit lagi.
You're a god.
If you accept...
In your eyes?
Do you think whoever has...
I've seen enough. No matter the consequences, I won't. Can you return my memories to me? I've always believed that human as a puppet living.
Regaining your memories. Are you sure you...
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self. I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. Die. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Questions?
Perish!
Behold! At my command, you shall fall. Nothing worth mentioning. Cry louder! Swan Fury!
Feeble human!
Imbecile! What did you expect?
There's the... Wait! But it was...
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself. You sound... But don't worry. Thanks...
The memory recovered.
Come on.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile.
But that doesn't mean your own past
Of course.
and your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had. You weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see in changing the world, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world won't...
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that?
Even if I'm completely worth Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pain.
Why would you go to such...
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over wasn't... But before that...
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one...
Utility to others is what gives me worth. Oh, right. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up...
I'm glad you're able to think of it, Traveler. In the future, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent, so that's how you found... Well, whatever your reasons, borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between...
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There are some things in this world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting. To be human is to live with imperfections.
But humans can't...
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without it. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the long...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being...
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Ooh! Paimon was...
Why?
Because...
A name is life's... The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No! Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name, you're...
Have you got...
Om topi bundar. Oh,
Are you sure? Oh, all right.
There.
What about a nickname? Take your time. I don't need everyone who manipulates.
You mean...
The doctor.
Now that your stance has changed...
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, I don't plan to leave soon, even though the events have been...
I see.
Huh?
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my... Alright, goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been...
Yeah, true. But even so we can finally...
Thank you both.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some...
You mean because...
Yeah! I heard that the dark clouds had... Then, one night, all these expressions... Life!
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and... Wow! Huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break...
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would...
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else... who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though like a vase that falls to the ground.
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff? Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Oh deh, udah selesai. Untung aja udah selesai.
Something on your mind again? Let's work through it together. Two heads are better than one.
Belajar dulu. Cukup lagi, nggak usah baca kalau cukup.
Narukami, please.
Udah sampai.